Hello all. I wanted to create a little bit of a video to go over some of the information that was covered at the fall 2023 in-service regarding some of the updates to the transition section of the IEP. One of the sections that is just a touch different and something we need to kind of cover. So hopefully when we review Indicator 13 IEPs in the spring, we'll have a few less errors and less amendments. So our measurable post-secondary goals, those are in training or education, employment, and if necessary for the student, independent living. Each of these has a different description. Training and education is our most broad. And then employment can also be like unpaid, so a volunteer position. And then when we think about independent living, we want to include all aspects of independent living, not just whether or not a student could live by themselves. Do they know how to and have success accessing transportation in the community they live in? Some things we want to note are that an independent living goal is not required for every student. It is only based on the student's individual need. If a student has an adaptive or daily living um, page within their IEP that says they need special ed services in that area, more than likely they need an independent living goal. Each measurable post-secondary goal has to be supported by one or more annual IEP goals. We do not want to include or statements that say John will attend college to learn about veterinary medicine or culinary school. If that is something that you're facing with a student, simply just ask them to pick which one they are most interested in at this time. The employment goal cannot reference a part-time job the student might hold while attending post-secondary education. That means that even though the student may currently be employed at Walmart or McDonald's and they're going to continue their employment there while they go to college or while they receive the training for their job, we need to think about what their employment goal will be after they complete that training. And then a friendly reminder, every measurable post-secondary goal needs to be updated and or reviewed annually. So just some examples here of acceptable goals versus unacceptable. Um, Interested is not something that we can measure. Wanting to work will not work. And the word pursue is getting us in trouble with quite a few goals. And this unacceptable goal down here just has to deal with the fact that we used an or. Constructing houses or being a jeweler are very different from one another. And it could be that the student's father is in construction and the mom works at a jewelry store. However, we need them to select the one they're most interested in. And then the same with the employment examples. We don't want them to learn when they are talking about an employment goal. We want them to work. And so you can see these different goals here. Some examples for our younger students. I know that can be difficult for our 7th and 8th graders. Even if it's a very broad and generic statement, that is okay. And then if you have a student with some more complex disabilities, there are resources and examples listed here in this PowerPoint. And these are live links in the PDF version. So you can click on those and have access to them if this is something that you might be facing. This is an example of information that we would collect about a student, and then the measurable post-secondary goals that we could possibly write for that student. And then if you also, or in addition to, have a student with our most significant disabilities, those goals look a little bit different. And the links in the previous couple slides have access to these resources and can be of use for you. These are what some of those employment goals might look like, as well as independent living goals. And then if you are teaching students who receive 18 to 21-year-old services, those goals might look just a little bit different. We want to focus on the work that we're doing now with them and how that is going to help them achieve their end goal. As always, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out.